In this material, you will learn important information related to taxes, everything you need to know to stay safe. Whether you are selling or just buying, watch it in its entirety. This knowledge will help you avoid fines and change your perspective on the tax myths circulating online, as most of them have nothing to do with reality. The topic of taxes comes back like a boomerang every year, all because the entire digital world is new and many countries lack clear rules for reporting cryptocurrency trading. If you've heard somewhere that cryptocurrencies are anonymous and you don't have to pay taxes on them, it's as true as Santa Claus living at the North Pole. Those times have long passed. The reality is entirely different. Cryptocurrencies can be anonymous, but only when used in the right way. To be completely honest, only 1 or 2% of all blockchain users can achieve this, while the rest unknowingly use them in a non-anonymous manner. The entire blockchain is an open ledger of transactions, recording absolutely all data. The fact that your name is not associated with transfers does not mean they are anonymous. Now, I will tell you the absolutely most crucial things you need to know regarding cryptocurrency taxes. Firstly, if tax authorities are not currently pursuing those who have not filed, it does not mean it will always be this way, and I will tell you why shortly. Currently, in most countries, legislation is only now being introduced, and the law is being clarified to clearly define the principles on which we should file. Secondly, there is a saying that in life, you cannot avoid two things: death and taxes. Unfortunately, this saying did not come about by chance. Software has already been developed to comprehensively track all transactions on various blockchains, including transactions on exchanges. I am confident that tax authorities will gladly make use of it in the coming years. What does this mean in practice? In practice, it means that even if you are not currently being checked for tax filings, this may change in 2 or 3 years. This implies that we can create a lot of problems for ourselves. Tax authorities often have the right to regulate and assess taxes for up to 5 years back. If such a retrospective check includes us, it will most likely result in a high fine and rigorous scrutiny in the coming years. For example, in my country, the penalty for undisclosed income is 75% of that amount. Some of you may think that since there are no regulations now and they will only be established in some time, the law does not work retroactively. That's true, but this principle applies when some law exists and is then changed. In that case, the changes do not apply retrospectively. However, if there are no specific regulations at all and they appear in official legal publications, their effects may cover previous years, especially concerning taxes. Of course, not every country will follow this pattern, but I want to emphasize at this point that in this matter, we are just small, insignificant entities compared to the entire tax system, which will do everything to collect due taxes. As you can observe, all significant exchanges have already implemented a mandatory identity verification process. Even though it was voluntary in recent years, this is not happening by chance. The entire digital world is developing rapidly. Those in power know it cannot be stopped, but they also know it can be partially regulated and taxed. Currently, cryptocurrency monitoring software is awaiting proper certifications and final testing phases. Once these stages are completed, tax offices and government institutions will eagerly make use of it. Are you wondering why? Because it involves substantial money and tax revenues that can contribute to the budget. What are taxes paid for? Exact guidelines vary depending on the country of residence, and this can change rapidly. Therefore, there is often no universal template for precise procedures. The obligation to pay taxes usually arises when selling a cryptocurrency or NFT token for traditional fiat currency. Most often, the entire tax settlement is prepared once a year, at the end of the tax year. Additionally, in my country, if I buy cryptocurrencies with cash or through a bank transfer, I must declare the total amount invested in my annual tax return, even if I haven't sold anything. This is done to demonstrate the acquisition cost, which can be offset in the future. In your country, the process may look entirely different, so, in my opinion, the best solution is to consult a certified tax advisor or accountant. While this service is of course paid, believe me, it is worth paying for the assurance that all necessary formalities have been fulfilled. I had the opportunity to witness what such transaction tracking software can do, and I must definitely tell you that it is much better to do everything properly, settle taxes, and sleep peacefully. I believe that in any other situation when we try to avoid it, sooner or later our ignorance, laziness, or greed will cost us a lot. You certainly didn't expect that on this channel, which educates and promotes the use of cryptocurrencies. I would be encouraging voluntary tax payments. But I'm really not doing it without reason. If you are watching this video right now, I am confident that you will thank me in a few years for what I said here. This material is in no way sponsored. I am sharing my experience and knowledge acquired over the last 7 years, which indicates that taxes are not just an obligation, but unfortunately a necessity. If you want to learn more about how to navigate the cryptocurrency-related topics safely and efficiently, check out my comprehensive training course that I have prepared on the Udemy platform. The link is provided below this video. Returning to the issue of anonymity in cryptocurrencies, it can be achieved, although it is not that simple. One needs to know a lot of things that cannot be easily found in just any guide or YouTube video. I don't want to doubt your skills. If you believe you can be anonymous, perhaps you can. But can you be sure? If you disagree with my opinion, I completely understand. I also had some reservations at the beginning before accepting certain facts, but one cannot deceive reality. As the saying goes, it's better to go with the flow than against it. I hope this material gives you something to think about and helps you avoid problems in the future. Everything I publish on this channel is aimed at achieving the best possible results, and I'm rooting for that to happen. I have been properly accounting for my transactions for a long time, simply considering taxes as a cost of conducting activities related to functioning in the world of cryptocurrencies. Though I must admit, the beginning was not easy, and I had to pay one fine. But, to be honest, I hope you never have to go through that. Answering the question posed in the title of this episode, which is how to avoid tax-related problems, in my opinion, there is only one sensible and safe way. Simply pay them and have all these tax-related matters done with without the risk of being pursued by the tax authorities, turning our day into a nightmare. Wishing you success, and I'll talk to you in the next recording. If you like my material, please leave a thumbs up. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments. Good luck.